Right, so if you haven't subscribed to our Telegram channel and YouTube channel, please pick up your mobile devices and do that right now. According to Michelle Obama, she says every girl, no matter where you live, deserves a chance to actually fulfill the promise inside her. This means that every girl should have the opportunity to go to school, and no girl should be left behind, not now, not tomorrow, and not in the future. All right, so right next is our Young Leader Spot, and I'm sure you're itching to actually find out the interesting conversation we have. Let's move over to the spots.
Jonah Bawa is the Director General of Citizenship and Leadership Training Center, an organization that is among the first generation establishment in this country. It's among the first generation. Those were established in 1951 by the colonial administration. And Citizenship and Leadership Training Center is a training institute that helps people to discover themselves, and will also help people to be good citizens and responsible leaders. We have been doing this for the past 70 years. But this year, we will be 70 years. The center was established in 1951 by the colonial administration, and we have been undergoing citizenship and leadership training for all categories of Nigerians. And in fact, when we were established, we were not just established for Nigerian government, but other people from the West African English-speaking countries also come to train with us. Citizenship and Leadership Training Center is basically an educational experience in self-discovery. We help people to be good citizens and responsible leaders. This we do by using the environment. We have different environment that we conduct our training. We use the environment, expose the student to this environment with the features that we have there. We have the mountains, the water, the desert, the forest. All these features we use in our training experience. And then by the time we expose the students, at the end of it, they come up with some virtues of courage, teamwork, selfless service, community development, and the rest. And all these people that pass this are expected to come up with these virtues. And by the time you confront any of our participants that came through, you discover that they will still be recalling, because by the time you pass through us, you have a lasting experience. Because usually the training we do is practical in nature, and that's what differentiates us from conventional training. When you come to our training, when we teach about self-discipline or teamwork, we practicalize it. When we talk about community service, we practicalize it. When we talk about selfless service, when we talk about courage, honesty, patriotism, we all demonstrate it. And that's what makes us unique. And in the 70s and 60s, the training of our training was mandatory. And even when unity schools were established, our training is mandatory in all the unity schools. The virtues they learn, virtues of courage, virtue of community service, self-reliance, patriotism, and the rest. These virtues they carry with them. And any student who is trying to do otherwise, they compel their students by reporting them to the school authority. So in those days, in the tertiary institution and secondary school, the school authority always work with them. That's why all this issue of exam malpractice was not common in those days. Issue of cultism was not common in those days, because man-o-war clubs were very active on campuses. They were very active in our schools. And these associations and clubs help in curbing those vices. The idea of online came before the COVID. When this idea came in 2019, we never thought there will be COVID when we set up this idea. And why we set up this idea of online training was because we know the world, things are changing. Most of our youths are now social media compliant. You see, every youth, wherever they are in the community, in the villages, they are all on social media. So we decided that, look, we cannot reach out to all the youths. So why don't we come up with a program? Why don't we design a program that can reach this youth? Even though I mentioned our training are usually outward and adventure based, but we brought in some features of what we do so that it can stimulate the interest of those that have not done the physical something. In government alone cannot do it. Citizenship education is key. And this is some of the things we do. Citizenship education. People have to be educated on the roles they have to play, their responsibilities as citizens. This is what you are supposed to do as a citizen. And that's what makes you to be an active citizen. If people are not educated on their role and responsibility as citizens, they will not know. The role of nation building is everybody's responsibility. You know, most of the time people have the attitude of saying it's government. They expect government to do everything. And the truth about the matter, when you look at the economy, government cannot do, even in economies economies that are strong, government does not do everything. People, citizens, play a very important role. Our training is customized. We train all categories of Nigerians, the executives, the junior. First of all, we have the junior categories, that's the secondary school and the primary school. We have the senior categories, we have the executive category, we have the women categories, we have the customized categories. Any group of people can organize themselves and bring program for us. We design the program with our clients. They will tell us what they need, and we design the program in line with their needs. And then we run the program using the method of our teaching, and we pass the message. So I want to thank you, and I say God bless you all.